President of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, called on all Venezuelan people to offer their absolute support to the Bolivarian National Armed Forces during his review of the military community brigades. The 6th China-Latin America High-Level Defense Forum was held in Beijing with growing condemnation of the United States' aggressive operations in the Caribbean. And in the United States, the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel's late-night TV show has sparked concerns for the state of freedom of speech in the nation. Hello and welcome to From the South. My name is Belén de los Santos, and from the teleSUR studios in Havana, Cuba, we'll begin with the news. And we begin with the information. The president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, led on Thursday the review of the work of the military communal brigades for education and health, RECOMILES. In this context, he called on all Venezuelans to offer their absolute support to the Bolivarian National Armed Forces, which are deployed in defense of the sovereignty and security of the Venezuelan Caribbean in the face of the recent U.S. threats. The Bolivarian president highlighted the military drills carried out in the country's territorial waters as a way to reaffirm the nation's legitimate right to protect its territory. He also denounced the false narratives promoted by the U.S. government and warned that there is an imperialist plan to bring about a government change in Venezuela. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, supermarket shelves are filled with products made in the own country, a reality that most of Western media does not show, and is reflected not only in the figures, but also in the feeling of its inhabitants. Andrea Romero with more details.
En los últimos años, la economía venezolana ha experimentado una transformación.
In recent years, the Venezuelan economy has undergone a significant transformation, with the bolivar regaining ground as the main currency and the supply of domestic products, which translates into confidence and growing independence.
On supermarket shelves, 90% of products are domestically produced, which deserves applause.
El 95% de las transacciones hoy son en bolívares, nuestra moneda nacional.
95% of transactions today are in bolivars, our national currency, and as of yesterday, according to the latest information, 30 supermarkets have opened throughout the country in 2025. With a goal of 40 stores for this year, compared to 61 in 2024.
According to analyst Raymond Martinez, this is the result of macroeconomic policies focused on strengthening the use of the local currency rather than foreign currencies.
We are building confidence in the bolivar again through monetary policies aimed at reducing consumption and trade related to currency issues, and by promoting technical advice through banking services. Everything related to digital commerce, making room for everything related to promoting the use of the current currency, which is the bolivar.
Congressman Ramon Lobo details how this steady growth in Venezuelan production has been sustained despite external threats.
Hell, since the third quarter of 2021, the productive apparatus has been growing at a gross rate. Let us remember that this has been motivated by the sanctions scheme that was established in Venezuela in response to a systematic and psychological campaign whose primary objective is to intimidate and sow anxiety among the Venezuelan people. This also has a clear and definite objective, which is to immobilize the productive apparatus. They seek to paralyze economic agents by creating negative expectations of uncertainty and insecurity.
La estabilidad económica
Economic stability has a direct impact on citizens by giving them greater access to a wider range of products in supermarkets.
Productos venezolanos, bueno, tenías la harina.
There are Venezuelan products. We have flour, rice, pasta, grains, butter. I think there is a lot of variety.
Venezuela avanza
Venezuela moves toward greater economic independence and sovereignty.
en la Cámara de José Luis Briceño, Andrea Romero, teleSUR, Caracas, Venezuela.
We continue now with other topics. In Colombia, President Gustavo Petro officially handed over 18,000 hectares of land to approximately 5,000 farmers from the Magdalena Medio region. The land transfer ceremony took place at the Ventura Castillo Coliseum in the western department of Caldas. This action represents a significant step towards the agrarian reform in the country, a commitment that President Petro has considered crucial to democratizing land ownership and combating rural inequality. The president emphasized that in a context of historical violence related to land tenure, it is urgent to guarantee a productive and peaceful future for Colombian farmers.
18,000 hectáreas de 40,000.
18,000 hectares out of 40,000. 40,000 that should increase is not enough. Magdalena Medio is one of the priority areas of the agrarian reform. And we have to produce, not just have land. It is of no use to us to have land if we do not work it, and to work it, we need technology, education, and money, and cooperation must continue. Because a farmer alone begins to lose his strength, and only by helping each other, the family, the farmer, and the local community, can we move production forward.
Es que podemos echar para adelante la producción.
And in Paraguay, several senators have spoken about alleged money-filled envelopes found in the residence of President Santiago Peña and assured that an impeachment against the head of state is imminent. Senators from different parties assured that the explanations that were given by the head of state are not satisfactory. He had said that he had fired some staff workers but couldn't explain the allegations done by such workers about some irregular payments and having envelopes with lots of money. In this regard, senators affirmed that it is astonishing that the head of state did not deny the existence of these envelopes, but which then disappeared. They added that the impeachment would give him the opportunity to defend himself.
What the country suspects, that in Uruvicharogo money is received in exchange for favors. The same thing happens in Argentina, and that is why he gets along so well with My his sister receives bribes from suppliers at the government house, and here at Uruvicharoga, visits are also received from people linked to business with the state. What's more, the evidence is there. Why doesn't he take it to the bank? Why doesn't he take the money to his favorite bank? Probably because he can't justify it.
Now we have a short break coming up, but first, remember you can join us on TikTok at teleSUR English, where you will find news in different formats, news updates, and much more. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to From the South. We continue with more information. On Friday, the 6th China-Latin America High-Level Defense Forum was held in Beijing with growing condemnation of the United States' aggressive operations in the Caribbean. In this context, the meeting took place in the framework of the Jiangshan Forum with the participation of defense and military officials from China and 18 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean who pledged deeper cooperation on security matters. The event is relevant in light of the tensions generated by the nuclear-capable warfare contingent that the United States has deployed in the region. Beijing has also called on Washington to stop forcing Latin American countries to choose sides and demand respect for the sovereignty and independence of each nation. And precisely in China, as the 12th Xiangshan Forum comes to a close on Friday after 3 days of debates regarding the defense of the international order. We have more information on this with a correspondent in Beijing, Bruno Falsi.
From September 17 to 19, the 12th Beijing Xiangshan Forum was held at the Beijing International Convention Center. The theme was maintaining international order and promoting peaceful development. This year's forum brought together delegations from over 100 countries, regions, and international organizations, represented by nearly 1,800 officials, diplomats, and high-ranking military officers. China Defense Minister Dong Jian delivered the keynote address. In a veiled reference to the United States, he urged countries to unite against hegemonic logic and acts of intimidation. He also stated that the Chinese military will never allow any separatist attempts by Taiwan and was ready to frustrate external military interference at all times. The Xiangshan Forum was founded in 2006 by the China Association for Military Science. It has become a key platform for multilateral dialogue and regional security in the Asia-Pacific, facilitating the exchange of perspectives on contemporary security challenges and strategy for maintaining peace and stability in the region. This is Bruno Falsi in Beijing for teleSUR.
Thank you, Bruno. And from our correspondent in Beijing, we go now to Caracas because telecommunication fair FTS continues in Venezuela, boosting the cooperation at a national and regional level on key technological aspects. And there is our correspondent, Ana Marrero, also to tell us all about it. Hello, Ana, do you hear us? And tell us how this day is unfolding.
Hello guys, I'm still here at the FTS and we are at the ThunderNet stand. This is a fiber optic company and well, we are with the vice president of the company. His name is Daniel Nemer. And well, we are here live and you know everything can happen when we are live, right? But well, welcome Daniel. Can you tell us about the company? Why are you here at the FTS? Is it your first year or not? And also tell us about the competition that you had about the fiber optic system that we're building.
Thank you, Anna. We are very happy to announce that this is the third time that our company is here in the FTS in Caracas, Venezuela. We are trying here to show the best of our company, that we always and every day try hard to make it the best with our team and all the people that is coming here to watch this magnificent event. And well, that all of the companies that are here, they're making a very good, hard effort to show the best of their company. One of the stuff that we have that is the best for our company is this thing that we have here. That is all the service that we can offer to our clients. Always trying to have the best service at with the best price possible also. As you can see, we have a very fast and many megabytes that we can offer to our clients here. And about the competitions that we were doing, it's about a fiber optic fusion competition. The team of all of the companies were trying to make the most fusions in the less time as possible. And it was very nice. I think we did a good, I'm gonna check if we did a good score, but everything is doing very nice here in the FTS. And thank you, Anna, and thank teleSUR for the opportunity to give us to show our company to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, for being with us. And well, this is more about the FTS 2025. At the first, we had robots and the owner of the robot, and now we are at the internet company that is doing really great here in Venezuela. Well, we'll be back to you to the studios and see you next.
Thank you so much, Anna, and to Danielle as well, of course, by showing us everything that is going there, the cooperation and also the development of these new technologies there from Caracas. Always so nice, the luminous pictures and everything that is going on. So we will come back to Fidelben in future broadcasts, but for now we go to more information here and from the south. On Thursday, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney agreed to join forces to defend the trade agreement between Mexico, the United States, and Canada, known as the USMCA, from threats and uncertainty coming from the White House. We have more on this topic, although the governments of Canada and Mexico acknowledge that the protectionism that the United States is attempting to impose on the world foreshadows some complex negotiations in the area. They have committed to the treaty in 2026. Both the president and the prime ministers are engaged to an alliance to cooperate on the future and consolidation of the treaty. Also in this regard, Sheinbaum and Carney emphasized that North America is a very important region in the global economy and will seek to ensure that the alliance benefits their countries, for which they have designed a common strategy.
Acordamos un plan de acción muy importante.
We have agreed on a very important action plan, which we hope will soon yield results in terms of our bilateral relationship, but also in terms of the relationship we have as North American countries with the trade agreement. This action plan will allow us to coordinate our efforts in different areas of the bilateral relationship in a more comprehensive and structured way. This action plan opens a new chapter in which we further strengthen the economic, social, and cultural ties that unite us.
Los vínculos económicos, sociales y culturales que nos unen.
And we go at this moment live to Venezuela as Defense Minister is giving statements. Let's listen.
Que brilla por sí sola, con valores, con principios,
with values and principles, and also the virtues,
cívicas y militares.
civic and military virtues. The military today is not enclosed in his fortress, but has a broader vision of what the state is.
De lo que significa la patria como centro para todo lo demás, para su desarrollo, para su defensa, para su estabilidad.
For its stability, for its peace. Today's military is a man or a woman consciously with civilians prepared to defend the country under any situation. So my greetings to all the military forces that is spread all over the national country, all the territory. There is not a state, there is not a jurisdiction in the national territory that is not being with the military forces doing drills and doing the task to defend, to stop the narco-traffic through the national territory, the task to fight the armed groups, narco-traffic and armed groups, terrorists. Here the government has given permission to no group of any nature, armed, to stay in the country. That is a violation to our sovereignty. It is a state policy from the highest level to reject, to expel, or neutralize any armed group operating in Venezuela, in any state. and the army forces constitutionally have the goal, according to the Constitution, to guarantee and defend the national independence. What a mission they have. What, dear brothers, comrades, to guarantee the national independence. That's what we're going to do. Not only us, but constitutionally it is said that is their mission, to guarantee the independence. That's what we're going to do. To take care of our international state. This is our task. That is why we are getting ready for it. That's why we are studying, seeing the historical examples of our own existence, of our independence fights, struggles, and to have reference of all conflicts all over the world. And we see the world is drifting. Here the rules that are ordering is not legislation or international law. The one that is ruling now is the power. And in the case that we're speaking about, this threat from USA against Venezuela, Latin America, and the Caribbean, they are doing by military means, the military threat. There is not any other thing. We have heard spokesman from the U.S. administration that they don't care anything about what the United Nations says. They don't care about it. Then, that order, world order, that was done during that perspective, bipolar, after the Second World War, to the measure but of the United States of America, not only to international right, for the democratic institutionalism that was breaking to a neoliberal democracy. A democracy that is paper done, that is becoming a paper democracy. All that was built with Wilson's ideas at that moment, taken as appearance in the Nations League after the First World War, all that today it is destroyed. Then today the war is not declared. It is the military threat. It is missiles launching. That was happening in Qatar just some days ago, allied from USA, even with a military base, U.S. military base, inside the country. And there was a business moment for peace. That is the way, the dialogue, negotiation, respecting always the sovereign principles, independence, and self-determination. Then they launch a missile to end with that meeting, which noble proposal, and then say, I respect Qatar as a sovereign state, but our fight is against terrorism. Then that supposed fight against terrorism since September 11, that was given the authority, the whole authority, and in an unipolar word, to go to every state the way they wanted, All these conflicts are very dangerous in the world because any collateral effect will bring kids, death, old men, women, men from the people, any nation. This threat against Venezuela, look, people from the world leaders have to put their, because what have just happened in Qatar is an example right now. It is the best example. Not the terrorism, no narcotraffic. Then, on the dispute, they want to point the Venezuelan institutionality, the president of the country, commander-in-chief elected by the people. They have accused him to be a narco-trafficant. That everything we're doing here, it is a narco-state. That all the military forces, it's not only me, that have set me in a poster over there. They have said that all the military force, everything, just the dormitories, deposits, are full of cocaine. They have said, the journalists, people, not journalists, people from the highest level in USA. Then I don't know if they see us like savages ones that have not thinking capacity. I don't know if it is the attitude, the point of view. I don't think so. They know very well what is happening here in Venezuela. There is a solid institutionality, democratic, strong armed forces, Bolivarian armed forces. There is a leader, a political leadership, authentically, that is staying put to build a people's democracy and give us example every day. Then it is a war, a undeclared war. And you see, as people, being or not, narco-traffickers, they have been killed in the Caribbean Sea. They have been killed with no right to defense, with so much technology and power. They are not in a capacity to stop a boat in the sea, in the Caribbean Sea. Then the world has to be today looking deeply, because this situation against Venezuela could keep everybody just with the eyes very well open to the rest of the world, being allies or not. Being allies or not. There they are, completely put. The principal news in the world rejecting the crime, intimidating against the fishermen in the Caribbean. There is the rejection, because it's the whole thinking world that exists also, but also the irrational world exists, that they pretend to impose by means of force. We are here to make a balance about the drill that our commander-in-chief has ordered, Nicolás Maduro, in the insular territory in La Mochila Island. Here he ordered a full spread, as I described at the beginning. And well, till late last night we were checking making a general criticism, and then just to puntualize it, to take a lesson, identify problems, and to heighten the strength to defend the country. There, in Orquídea, there was a very complex drill, a naval exercise, and I would like the same people that are over there in Orquídea territory report us what they have done so far, say in 72 hours. It is ongoing right now. There are things to do, but I want that the Admiral Suleiman Gutierrez, General Commander from that insular territory, tell us about the general balance of all the activities they have done so far, and inform Venezuelan people the capacity they have, our military forces, to build the peace and to defend this territory. Go ahead, Admiral Suleiman Gutierrez. We are heading. Charlie Baby. Morning, General. I am here alone with the Major Staff at the heart of the Venezuelan Caribbean, specifically Auchil Island. In the principal post, we are making an evaluation of all the events that we have done and all the activities that are ongoing right now, sea, air, and land. As a general balance, we can say that the objectives have been accomplished without any problems. This is thanks to the planified actions of all phases, because we made a shipment of mediums, and then we moved to the objective area in La Mochila, and we landed all the personnel. Once accomplished this phase, we did every one of the things we had to do, and we had an extraordinary coordination that has allowed us to make all kinds of exercise in highest standards, developing many simultaneous activities, navals, terrestrial, and aerials. We have seen a high moral, happiness, and a deep love to the homeland in all participants. We are all together, people, police, and army. Our army is stronger today, ready to combat, together with the militiamen and all the rest, confirming the extraordinary result of this. The operation is giving us teachings of the efficiency of the militia through the combat where we have capacitated all personnel. So far, the balance, I say that is complete success, thanks to the militia, Bolivarian militia, that have been together with us and have done all tasks done, requested. Without any doubt, our country is safer today. Thanks to what Hugo Rafael Chavez Fria taught us, and now our President Nicolas Maduro Moros, my General-in-Chief from our Caribbean Sea. The Bolivarian Armed Forces are fighting for their sovereignty, watching our space according to the national laws and international laws, without any aggression. Every day better prepared to guarantee the nation's safety. We are not and we are never going to be colony of anyone. We decided our destiny on democracy and peace. Venezuela is not a threat. We are hope. We are a peace territory, but we are ready to keep that peace. To integrate is to win, and together we are going to win. Loyal always. Go well, my general. Well, we will win. Almirant, I want to transmit congratulations from our Commander-in-Chief, Nicolás Maduro, who since yesterday he is watching and following this drill, and he has asked us to congratulate you on his behalf. He's always looking at our capacities, our articulation. During that drill, the balance was very full. I didn't say it from the beginning, but they launched missiles from C-802 and CM-90 missiles from the missilistic boats and from the oceanic patroller, and they launched a very effective, very precise, and that gave us a lot of strength because know that our army has power, capacity, and has courage. So, the Bolivarian army, I congratulate it because the launching of these missiles, one previous one, but in all tests, has been successful. My congratulations to the Bolivarian army. But also, we had the presence of weapons for defending our area. We had different groups launching, practicing different kind of missiles with incredible precision, with a very good precision, a prominent one, pues. So that, apart from that, they took some terrestrial weapons from 105 millimeters, 106 millimeters, 107 millimeters, 107, 155, and only anti-aerial system, Centaurus 23. All that was operated in our Chile territory, in harmony, and only one commandment. And my congratulations due to that demonstration. Apart from that, we had said all that had to deal with drones, so different kind of drone we have, and also anti-drone war. Everything was set on practice in this drill in 2000 Caribbean campaign maneuver. Well, we have 81 mortars, 160 millimeters too, in collective polygons, and also the military planes, the Bolivarian military planes, that they have their polygon very well defined, and that also shoot with good precision too. So let's go now to Vice Almirant Torrealbas, which is the Commander-in-Chief in the Central Maritime Zone. He is on a ship, Cariña ship, and he's going to give us a description about the operational activities that they, as a task they had. 24.1 in that campaign. Okay, we're listening. Charles F. Live. I'm a commander of this insular number 73 from this ship Alfa Bravo Cariña of Oscar 14 and accomplishing the operational order Caribbean, Sovereign Caribbean 200. We are a task group doing the following events. Artillery fire from our floating units using cannons 76, 75 millimeters. We saw softening coast in order to guarantee amphibic landing, assuring a head of beach. In the same way, we did an arterial exercise from the platform of our big units with ZU-23 in the island around to neutralize any aerial strike and avoid the incursion of other kind of ship that can compromise our troops. A cleansing, watching naval operations to neutralize any floating unit that want to enter in our south of the country. We did an amphibian disembark with perfect union, where commander actions participated, special tactic operation from the National Police, our militias, and especially our special militia, fisherman militia, accompanied by our minister of our fishing ministry, which was in first line doing underwater operation with our divers to guarantee the advance of our troops to the head of the beach. Once it was done, we explored to watch, to get any enemy that could put in risk our operation, and assuring the mission and keeping our territory unentered. The National Force Bolivarian from Chinchilla, we are still together and doing exercising in order to hide our operational well, we will win. Thank you very much. Very full report. It calls my attention that the participation of fishermen, the militia, and what action they had, and also the initial spread that was reinforced this time by the fishermen, who also were incorporated, and I really appreciate all his effort and participation to take this group of men to that territory and make a perfect union with the military forces. Only one heart, only one beat, only one action, and only one philosophy: Venezuela peace. So, well, there we have heard a very detailed balance from these generals, from our Bolivarian force, from La Uchila. Then we're going to listen, finally, the Vice Admiral, Nelson Silva Roja, commander from the 1st Brigade Marine and 24.4 amphibian. Let's listen to him. According to his report, go ahead. Charles alive. My General-in-Chief, I am Vice Admiral Nelson Silva Rojas, Commander of the 1st Brigade Amphibians, Navy Captain, and Commandant of the Task Amphibian Group 24.3. I am along in here with the Brigade General Nelson Martinez, Commander of the Special Unit of the Honor Guard, Presidential Honor Guard, Sub-Inspector of the Bolivarian Army, and Control Almirant, Commander of the 3rd Brigade, General Manuel Sáez, so as commanders and militiamen, militia women that conform this glorious task group. We are in La Orchila Island doing the corresponding activities to this Sovereign Caribbean 200, according to the events plan program. According to the units, all along with the Bolivarian militia, taking the head of pitch, moving to the objective area, accompanied by planes, military planes, F-16 and Su and Mi-16. Once arriving to the area, 3 phases were established, such as fire from amphibians, 30 millimeters cannon, M16, 105 millimeters cannons, 30 millimeters, Urutu, Eco, cannon 20 millimeters, collective weapons, machine guns, 12.7 millimeters was machine guns, cannons 107 millimeters, RPG, and adding to that, we have artillery fire from our glorious Bolivarian Army with 105 millimeters cannons. For everybody to know, we are the heroes of the Libertarian Army, ready to defend our country, our homeland, and the security of the country, to integrate it to win. Well, thank you very much, Vice Admiral. Complementing this information we are offering to Venezuelan people, I know it is very hard to pick out everything we have done in Orchila, but the time that was signed for this spread has been enough to adjust, to set in harmony and join different weapon systems. And I want that signify that there has been no accident so far. That says a lot about the risk, because they have the security measure. If there is not accident, it is because they are very well trained in all weapon systems, and there's not any incident. It is because the capacity is very well in all our personnel, in order to act efficiently using all these kind of the functional areas. We need to name a little all the acting of the military planes. Here is the Major General, General Commander of the Aviation, second commander in this operation, and I would like to hear his briefly how was the acting of the military planes and what effects they have in this exercise. Go ahead. Lenin Ramirez, Major General. Chavez alive, my General-in-Chief. I am now coming back from Orchil Island, where we could see with effectiveness of this maneuver that they are doing in this island, where we could see this unity, this training that we have had in different weapons and different equipments that we have. We began preparing, getting ready the polygon and the area that we were going to use for this maneuver. And aviation was the one, recognizing aviation was the one which began to recognize all the zone with drones and intelligence planes, electronic planes, to make a swept and clear all the polygon area that have La Orchila. Later, we use the transportation planes where we launch cargoes and parachuted. Also, we have to point out that we had 33,000 feet high, where the men uses oxygen equipment just in order to do it from this height. Later, our chase planes use their weapons and equipment. It's very important to point out that they use anti-ship missiles in that zone, in Orchila, with great effectiveness with this kind of weapon. Also, we launched missiles, guided bombs with a very high precision, cannons and rockets with our rotatory aviation, not only the aviation, but also the different components. We could train and from launching missiles and the aerospatial interior, we could detect planes that were around the area to practice. We could practice interception, aerial interception guided by the radars and the anti-aerial weapons, missiles, cannons, ZU-23. All this gave us a positive balance because we could train our planes in these polygons. Well, thank you very much, General Major. Well, I think with this balance, Venezuelan people has learned about this exercise due to our Commander-in-Chief instructions in La Orchila, the island of La Orchila, and it has been a very complete operation, very successful operation. We can say, though it is still going on, we can say mission accomplished. And all this is done, it is with deep love. there is another thing that we like the best to us militaries, to be militaries, that we, with our planes, weapons, and be in front to operate every kind of the weapons we have, to raise the morale. It gave us more precision, more unity, more harmony in the battlefield at the moment of defending the country. And we are doing this precisely for love to our country. And that is why we have done all this company. It is incorporated, the militia, all that we are doing. Our commander-in-chief have a participation in the National Council for the peace and sovereignty, calling all sectors, political, religious, academical, all sectors in the country to conform only one stone, only one rock, because Venezuela is in the center, and it is not only a war for militaries. It is war in the wide sense, very general sense. It is not a general, it is a people's business. Our identity, for Venezuelan people in all the ways, always. So, well, God bless us to all the Venezuelan people. Yesterday, our commander-in-chief called us again, and we are on this. We are in this, without rest, restless. Tomorrow, Saturday, September the 20th, our commander-in-chief has made a call. Last week, people went to the headquarters. Tomorrow, the headquarters are going to the people. They are going to the 5,300 communities. And it's going to be so a gratifying experience as the one last Saturday, that we come out from our headquarters with our instructors, our system operators, to speak about the military doctrine, Bolivarian, to speak about Chavez's legacy, and to explain to people why we are doing this fight. It is not a caprice fight. It is a national fight. It is a spiritual fight. It is a fight for the peace of the country. So, that activity will be tomorrow. People, get ready in your communities to receive us, because we're going to be there with you. Only one people. People, police, and militaries together to get stronger and build to the integral defense of our country. So, we are saying goodbye from this post. We are going with everything. We are pumping everything. We are going with faith, confidence, and we are going for victory. Chavez alive. Loyal always. Till the victory forever. We will win.
We're listening to the words of the Minister of Defense of Venezuela, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, also other authorities of the Bolivarian Armed Forces. Those were the words of the Venezuelan authorities of the Bolivarian Armed Forces, as we were saying, commented on the latest advancements, the latest moves, and also drills that they're preparing. We have learned during the past days of the launching of the military operation that was set to take place and is taking place at this moment across the Venezuelan territory that is in the Caribbean Sea, but also deployed along the territory itself. Also, we were hearing from the different military chiefs that were reporting on the way that this training and that these drills have been going, and also a last remark that had to do with the call made by the Venezuelan president to the people in general of Venezuela in order to join the militias, to join the national effort in defense of the sovereignty. That is what Venezuela is calling for, and that is what the drills that are also including the popular efforts are all about. We continue to look at images. Let's recall right after we have heard from the Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez. We are looking at images provided by the National Armed Forces in regards to the drills that are ongoing and that continue to take place in the Venezuelan Caribbean, in the Venezuelan territory. Let's recall that we are looking at the drills that are ongoing after in the face of the recent threats provided by the U.S. government with the deployment, the military deployment in the Caribbean Sea. We've seen the popular response and also the military response in what Venezuela is calling a move to defend their sovereignty, to defend their peace. And like this, we have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website at telesurenglish.net. Also join us on social media. We are on Facebook, X, Instagram, Telegram, and TikTok as well. For TeleSUR English, my name is Verónica Santos. Thank you for watching.